On the agenda, Senate Bill number 2895. What this bill does in Section 1, it changes the assessment rate for a transformative renewable energy project from 15% to 8%. And this is in two counties, specifically Tunica and Chickasaw County, where there are large renewable projects that are looking to go there. And the state of Mississippi, compared to other states surrounding us, is not as competitive, and it's more difficult for these projects to come to fruition. So what we're doing is we're allowing the county supervisors to lower the assessment rate just for these type projects when there is a minimum of $100 million investment in the project. They got 2 years to be qualified by the county for this type project. I think this is an inevitable project that's going to happen in these two counties, and this would help them kind of get them over the hump. And it's just lowering the assessment value. I know one piece of property that right now I think they said is paying about $5,000 in ad valorem. After this, if this bill were to go into effect, the funding for the fee in lieu of would be about $865,000 for that county. So it'd be a big boom to the local school district, and a lot of influx of some capital being invested in these two counties. That is an explanation of the bill, and if there are any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer them. Senator Chazanal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Isn't this Senator Suber's bill?
It is.
Could we hear from him on it?
Absolutely. Senator Suber.
I think it's important for him to explain it to us, because his county is going to benefit if it's not too much trouble.
I don't mind answering any questions you have at all. Mr. Chairman didn't want me to mess up the bill, so that's why he presented it. But this is also not just Chickasaw, it's also Tunica County. Tunica County is also, they're looking at putting a wind farm in there and a solar farm in Chickasaw.
So, are there any other questions on the bill? Senator Chasman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Who has asked for this bill, Senator Suber?
Bradley Arant was the law firm, but it's the Sophos Herbert Renewable Energy Company out of, I think they're out of Georgia.
I was thinking citizens in your county and in Tunica County. Has there been a request for this from the citizens in those two counties?
Well, the
that
Board
you
of Supervisors presented that to me.
Trying.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Chasman.
Anytime.
Senator Younger, you have a question?
So this wouldn't be feasible in Lowndes County, where I'm from?
If you had a project that is looking to go there, let us know.
Well, we've got one coming there.
It wouldn't fit in this definition because it's specific for these two counties because they have actual projects on the ground ready to go. But if you have one in your district and you'd like to look at this, let me know. It's got a reverse repealer in the bill as well.
We'll work on it then. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Senator Jordan, for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a project in my district, but this only applies to that area.
It only applies to Tunica and Chickasaw counties. And it applies for this specific type of project. It's not for just any project, and it does require a $100 million minimum investment.
It does require $100 million minimum investment?
Minimum investment in the project.
Okay. Not that much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I see as part of the packet that we were provided, I see the project in Chickasaw County. Do we have the project in Tunica County?
I do not have that information on that project. I contacted somebody to get some information, and like I said, it's got a reverse repealer in it, so we've got time to, but it does set the requirement, the minimum requirement at $100 million, which is a significant investment, and currently now these properties are not generating any ad valorem tax for the community or the district. So,
But there is a project in Tunica County.
There is a project being considered in Tunica County, and there's a project being considered in Chickasaw County.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any other questions? Senator England, Senator Blackman, I'm sorry, I'll get you next. Ladies first.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Are those two entities for these projects, have they said that they will not come based upon the existing law?
It's my understanding that based on the existing assessment, that it makes it where it's not marketable, it's not feasible to do it. I think it would be about probably almost $1 million a year extra in taxes, comparatively speaking to other states surrounding us, and that's why they're asking for this lowering of this rate.
Okay, so are they looking at the other states as well? Are they shopping to determine which is the best area? I mean, the best incentives
I'm going to let Senator Suber answer
an
this.
entity?
In order to answer your question, from my understanding, they're ready to go. This is the project they want to do. This is where they want to be. And if we're unable to do this, I think they will look into something in the future. But they've committed to this project, and that's why on page, let's see here, line 41, 42, 43. The project shall expire December 31st, 2022. It gives them, the time frame to, get this done. If they're not going to get this taken care of, then, this will expire. So, they'd have to come back to the legislature again and ask for us to lower these tax rates.
Okay, so they have, I guess, communicated with your Board of Supervisors, and they're saying that they're ready to go. They want Mississippi, but they want the law to be changed.
Yes, ma'am. That is correct. They've got the property. It's 1,100 acre tract there south of Oklahoma, and they're ready to go. They're just wanting to get this tax rate fixed, just because the millage rates and everything are so high there.
Okay,
And we got a board resolution from the Board of Supervisors. They're willing to do this, and they're really excited about it.
okay, and do we have such a resolution from Tunica?
I have not yet, but that's why we have a reverse repealer. We can keep it live through the deadline, and if it's, means getting some good projects in there that these areas need, we'll try to see what we can do to help.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Tunica did, council's telling me Tunica did provide a resolution, but it was under a local and private, and so, but we do have I don't have a copy of it personally, but we'll get one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
And we do have the resolution for Chickasaw. I'll make sure the chairman has it. Thanks.
Thank you. Senator Engel, no question? Okay. All right. Any other questions on the bill? All right. Senator Fillingham, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Senator Suber. It sounds like a good project. I just want to make sure that these are only going to be the local ad valorem taxes affected by this reduction, that's fee in lieu, not any state dollars. Is that correct?
That's correct. And the reason, they can do a fee in lieu of taxes, but they can't lower it down enough where it's still going to be, where they'll be competitive. So if we lower this assess ratio down to 8%, they can still do the fee in lieu of taxes to lower it down, but it just applies to the ad valorem taxes. It doesn't apply to any state dollars. It's not going to affect, shouldn't be any state dollars at all.
Do you know what kind of state tax revenue this project will generate? Do you have any assessments on that?
In this proposal, right now this property, they're saying it generates $10,000 to $20,000 a year in ad valorem taxes. I don't think it's that high. I think it's 5 to 10. And they're saying through the life of this project, it should generate $800,000 or maybe $800,000 a year in taxes.
But that's the fee in lieu, correct? What about as far as any sort of construction costs? There may be some state taxes paid in that, or even employees that would be hired on to run the facility?
Well, I think there's a minimum amount of employees. I think it's around 5 employees that they're thinking that's going to be employed in this project. I mean, obviously, I think it's going to create jobs building this facility.
Right.
They've not asked for any state dollars. The only thing they've asked for is just their ability to invest their money into the county. And like I said, I think it's a good project. Everyone's kind of excited. They're saying it's going to generate enough power to power 25,000 homes in the area.
And are they selling this energy to the local EPAs, or what are they doing with the energy generated?
It's, I'm sorry, but it's selling directly to TVA. They're not trying to compete with any co-ops or, they're not trying to go outside their market. They're in the TVA market.
Is it located completely in the county, or is it in a municipality as well?
I think it should be south. It's outside the municipality.
So there won't be any municipal ad valorem taxes affected by this, simply the county taxes?
No, sir, not that I know of.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Philgain. Senator England, you have a question.
I do.
You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator Suber, as a consumer, one thing that concerns me more so in the Chickasaw County area than I believe in the Tunica County area is how is this going to affect the sweet potatoes and sweet potato farmers in the area, if at all?
I don't think it will hurt them at all. I think that, having a little extra power would probably help boost their facilities.
Okay, all right. I just
And
wanted
maybe make your sweet potatoes cheaper at the grocery store.
Is there, yeah, sweet potatoes can tend to create wind. Is there any wind power associated with this?
I don't know if they grow any sweet potatoes over in Tunica County.
Okay. Thank you, Senator England. Are there any other questions relevant to this bill? Seeing none, is there a Senator? All right, motion title sufficient to pass committee sub. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Motion rise and report. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Rise and report. God.